2/3, September 7th, 2016. It's been 2 days since I got home from camp, and I'm absolutely dying. Wow. God, camp this year was so great. God, it's just as great as last year. It was different, but it was so great. Like, God, just so many things happened. I don't think I could sum up the entirety of camp in one video that like under 20 minutes. Sorry, I'm trying to fix what I have my camera on. It's a turning chair, so it's slowly going like this. Anyways, I'm exhausted. Like, emotionally, mentally, physically. I'm so tired. But God, camp was so great. So I wanted to make a video about it to tell you guys, because yeah, that's what I do. Camp started out with me and my friend Blaine getting there. We checked in, and I was put into the bright blue cabin. Let me fix my shirt because I wore it yesterday. I was put into bright blue, which was great. Blaine was put into dark orange, which was awesome because we got to meet more people that way. I went up to my cabin with, or no, I didn't go up to my cabin quite yet. I found my group outside of the check-in area, which was great because my friend from last year, Sedona, was in our group, along with Diego. Or no, Diego wasn't there yet. It was me and Sedona. We were only two there. So we met up with our cabin counselors, Drea and Victor. They were awesome. And we went up to our cabin, which was really great. It was awesome. We chose our bunks. I chose the bunk under Sedona, which was great. The bunks were like really kind of scary though. They kept creaking and stuff, and we all thought that they were gonna fall on the people on the bottom bunk. It was a little nerve-wracking. So we put our stuff down. We went back down to wait for the other people to get there, and bus one got there, and we grabbed Diego and Marcus, and I think Ian. No, Marcus wasn't there yet. It was Diego and Ian got there. Ian was in the bunk next to me, and Diego was in the bunk next to, also next to me, but like, so you have the room, you have bunk beds all along the walls, so I was in this one, Ian was here, Sedona was on top of this one, and Diego was on top of this one. It was great. Anyways, so we did that, and then we all went to dinner because it turned out that the second bus had gotten all 6 tires, all 6 of them blue. Anyways. And then there was a brush fire and they had to be redirected, so they didn't end up getting there until like almost midnight. It was hilarious. So we ate dinner, we all got to see all of our old friends. I got to see my old cabin mates from last year, all of them except for Mel and Holden. We all cried. It was great. I got to see so many great people. I got to see Seth again, which was awesome. They were filming a documentary using one of the cabins. It was interesting. I'm tired. Anyways, so we had dinner, we did that stuff. We just hung out in our cabins, talked, did that stuff. Drea asked Sedona to get her some more grapes at dinner, and Sedona went up to the lady serving grapes with a plate and was like, "Can I have some more grapes, please?" And the lady just filled the entire plate up, and Sedona said, "I'm not gonna tell you to stop." So she came back with an entire plate full of grapes and put it in front of Drea, and the look on her face was just so perfect. So we all helped her finish them, and it was great. It was beautiful. Next day, we all wake up, do some small introductions. Marcus, which I met last year, he's awesome. I wanted to talk to him more last year, but I was too intimidated. And then he ended up in my cabin this year, which was really shocking because I didn't know he was 17. I thought he was way older than me. And then Ben and Kyle were great. We called Kyle Mr. Dad, but I'll explain that later. Ben was awesome too. He's a month on T. He's great. So that's all of our cabin. We decided that we're going to be called the Sassfires I'll explain that too. So each year camp has a theme, and this year's theme was Adventure Time, and last year's theme was Coachella Music Festival. So this year we did a giant scavenger hunt, and we had to find clues and stuff like that, and it was great. Is this even recording? I just have to make sure. Okay, yeah, it's recording. My camera doesn't have a light that flashes when it's recording, so I'm just like, are you doing this? Anyways. You guys know that. You've been watching me for a while. If you're new here, hi. I look high, don't I? I'm just tired. Anyways, so we went to breakfast. We did that stuff. We all got ready. Blah 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 blah. Went to breakfast. Did shout outs. Or no, we didn't do shout outs that morning. I don't think. What else did we do? Then we did our first workshops. My first workshop was, I think, high ropes. Yeah. I have a book that has all the things that I did at camp in it, but I have to get that. So give me a second. Okay. Ow. My thighs hurt. I'll explain why. Anyways, so what did I do this year? This year at camp. It's gonna be all the way back up here, isn't it? Yes, no. Maybe so? I don't know. Here it is. Okay. I did the Can You Hear Me Now workshop, which was talking about how to react to bullies and stuff like that, and that was just absolutely great. I wrote down notes about it too, so like, it's called Mental Judo, and we talked about how first you gotta recognize that it's bullying, then you gotta respond, and there's 4 ways to respond. Ignore it, clarify what they mean, educate them, or humorize it, make it funny. And number 1 key is to not be scared of them, and then you replenish yourself by doing something you love. And we all reenacted, so like we got into groups of 4 and we all reenacted someone's experience with bullying, and it was great. Then what did I do next? I either did the high ropes or the medicinal poetry class. I did high ropes. I did high ropes after that, which was terrifying. I did the leap of faith, which was basically I climbed up a ponderosa pine tree, 50 feet in the air, stood on a tiny ass little 4x4 platform, ran and jumped. And I was in a harness system, of course. I was in a pulley system, and I had to ring a bell. I instantly screamed and went into fetal position. I didn't even hit the bell, but it was pretty great. I didn't leave fetal position until they told me, hey, extend your legs, you're gonna hit the ground. I was like, oh, okay, thanks. It was terrifying. I was trembling the entire time. And then I did a giant swing, which I didn't get to do last year. I did the zip line last year. It was great. I had a lot of fun. The third workshop was medicinal poetry, which was so great. So we all wrote poems and stuff like that, and then we said them aloud. And we used each person's poem as a seed and added their ideas to a new poem. And it was great. And we did this connection thing where we held hands, so our thumbs were all pointing that way, and it just really connected all of us, because I'm a super spiritual person, and most of the people in there were too, and it was great. And Sedona said, I feel tingly. That became one of our inside jokes at our cabin. And then the final workshop, what did I do? What did I do the final workshop? Oh yeah, we didn't have the final workshop, because we had to do not cabin time, we had to do introductions, because we were supposed to do that the first night, but we didn't, so we did the we did camp introductions and stuff like that, which was great. And then we had lunch, dinner, all that stuff, and then after camp activities, what did we do that night? I always forget what we do the first night at performance, or at camp activity. I think that was, no, I can't remember. I'll see if I remember later on. We hung out, did stuff. I can't remember what we did that night. It was great, though. Oh, we did Roses and Thorns after we got back. There was a dance party. I remember there was a dance party, and then we got back, and I said that my rose was hearing Marcus's story, or no, that was my roots. My rose was meeting all new people and stuff, and my thorn was the leap of faith and feeling nauseous as hell. Second day, I got to go to this hooping instruction class, which was so fantastic. I got to teach partially because I knew tricks already, and I learned stuff too, and I clarified a lot of tricks, and it really just renewed my love for hooping. So I think I might practice more and get some new hoops, because all of the tricks that I can't do have been because my hoop is too heavy and too big. I'm supposed to have a 28 diameter hoop, while I have a 32 at the moment. So I'm gonna get a new hoop, and that'll fix my problems. After that, I did a judo class, which was so great. Or no, the judo class wasn't then. It was acro yoga. I did the acro yoga class first. So, like, we did these cool things, and I can't do it in my room because I have a tiny space right now, and I don't feel like cleaning. But, basically, we learned a lot of really cool things. I got to lift people with my feet, and it was really cool. And the guy there named Joe, he was instructing it. He goes to hoop camp, which is, like, camp for hula hoopers. And it was so great, and he loved Troye Sivan. It was awesome talking to him. He was at the hooping instruction class, too. Then I did the judo class. How much time do I have left? I have 4 minutes left. Okay, I can do this. I did the judo class, which was fantastic. I learned how to flip people if they come at me. I'll post a video of that eventually. Just not now, because, yeah, I need a second person who knows what they're doing to do it. I also learned how to get someone off of me if I'm pinned down. And then after that, I was supposed to go to photography, but I went to the community drum circle and danced, which was great. My friend Seth, I made him try my hoop, and I told him that it's just like color guard, it's just a circle instead of a flag, and he was like, oh, okay, and he's a total natural. Like, hell yes, boy. We did lunch, dinner, shout-outs, stuff like that. At dinner, I decided to perform that night, so I signed up. At lunch that day, Marcus and Diego and I all went searching in the woods for more clues about the box that we had to open, because it was part of the scavenger hunt. That was great. And then I performed. I was gonna hoop, but I sang Troye Sivan instead, because none of my songs that I chose for hooping were appropriate. I was terrified. I couldn't open my eyes. I couldn't move. I was trembling. But I got a standing ovation, and my entire cabin cried. And they all said I was amazing. A lot of random people said so too. And then Blaine performed. He did great. I got a video of that. No one recorded me singing. It really pissed me off. Anyways, after that, there was another dance party. We went back up to our cabins. We were all exhausted. Oh yeah, Sedona was sick. So, she comes back, we were at our cabin before the performance, and she was drugged up, and because she had a headache, and she was feeling a little sick, and she just randomly said, grass, and it was so great. It became an inside joke with all of our cabin. We had a lot of inside jokes that entire time. I'll explain them all in a minute. And then the next day, I did, what did I do the next day? I had more than just this, because there was other stuff too. I think there was 3 workshops on the last day, but I can't remember which ones I did. I did the Developing Your Vision course, which was a vision board thing, but that wasn't my first course, I remember. I just can't remember what was before it. Anyways, I did a vision board course, which this lady walked us through envisioning our perfect day in the future. And I wrote down my perfect day, and it's really long, so I'm not going to read it yet. I'll read it later on in this video. I'm going to make this video really long. And it was great. And then we made vision boards. It was fantastic. And then I did a queer sex ed class. And it was fantastic. I learned a lot of great things. Like, I learned that testosterone doesn't make you infertile. It just makes it so you don't have periods. You still ovulate, so you still have to be on birth control in order to not get pregnant while on testosterone. It was great. And then I learned a lot about STDs, and I took a lot of notes, and it was really cool. Did you know syphilis makes you hallucinate? And did you know that Columbus brought syphilis to America? So it's his fault. I imagine syphilis is probably why he thought he, found India. But oh well. How much time do I have left on this? 45 seconds. Okay. I'm going to record this later on when I'm not exhausted, and I'm going to talk about all kinds of other fun stuff. And yeah. So, next day.